Welcome to Kaleidoscope S4IG. Let's talk. Rural women make up a quarter of the world's population and play an integral part in food systems, an integral role in poverty reduction, climate resilience, and family well-being. In fact, the UN says rural women are the key to zero hunger. The Women's Chamber of Industry and Commerce launched a fund for micro and SME women entrepreneurs last week to empower women primarily from disadvantaged areas to contribute to the economy. And given that last week was the International Day of the Rural Woman, we are chatting with the Chairperson of the Women's Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Anoji de Silva, on Let's Talk today. How do rural women contribute to the economy?
The definition of rural women in Sri Lanka is whoever who's not in the urban sector. So that's the majority of our SME entrepreneur women. And I think if you look at our contribution to the GDP, majority of the contribution, about 50%, comes from the SME sector. And that's where all the rural women are there. And personally, I think that number probably is understated because that's only the formal sector. Because if you look at women, there are a whole lot of rural women who are doing their own businesses which are not registered and as a result not counted. So I think unfortunately, even though they don't really get too much of support from everyone, they are the ones who are really keeping our economy ticking.
What sort of projects does the Women's Chamber actually do to uplift rural women?
So one thing is we focus on the small, medium and micro entrepreneur women. During COVID, we did a fantastic project with IFC because we couldn't really access women, but we still wanted to make sure because we felt that is the time you really needed to reach out to entrepreneurs and to keep them motivated and help them to continue the business. So we did a digital academy where like over a 3-month period, very focused training was done once a week through Zoom. So we ultimately have like about 125 women trained from the Western Province, Hambantota, Kurunegala and the Northern Province. We also focus on the caregivers and the housemaids because we feel that's a sector that really does not get the right support and there is absolutely no dignity of labor. They are sent on jobs without the proper training. So at the moment, with the Australian aid, we are started a project in Kurunegala to train women on caregivers and elderly care. We are also encouraging them to get the vocational training certification. And what we also plan to do is to do a basic CV for them so that they know what a basic CV is and how to get a basic reference system, and then also to teach them on their financial planning.
What areas of work do you think rural women could engage in?
So they're very strong in food industry. A lot of them have gone into organic production because what they say is especially the ones who became mothers, they say they realize that they're feeding their children like all these vegetables which are not organic. So as a result, they've gone into a lot of organic production. There are a lot of women who do the Beeralu craft, which is, I think they're the ones who are really keeping that craft going. And the other is, I think, the craft industry. So those are the three we've seen them, majority of them are in.
So in terms of national policy, what do you think we could do in the immediate to make sure these rural women are empowered?
Firstly, I think we need to have data. For anything, we need to have data. This country has no data. If you ask the list of entrepreneurs in this country, both men and women, we don't have that. So I think as a basic thing, we need to first do who the entrepreneurs are, get them listed so that once they are listed, they have validity. Even for a bank, you know, there is some kind of criteria that is done to list them. Plus also building them market access, even like making digital marketplaces that are available. So we should also have national policies that help and encourage them to export. So if government can actually get like one set of policies without each division, each ministry doing a different set of policies, and then clearly have a simple policy, this is what you do, this is where you go, I think that will be very helpful.
Thank you. I hope your wish comes true. Kaleidoscope is on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And if you like our show, subscribe and follow for weekly updates.